India, and it has been cultivated in the tropical and subtropical regions, and due to its high nutritional value, aesthetic appeal, its climatic resilience, and rising global demand for this crop. It is, as you know, it is indigenous to Central and South America, and now it is being extensively grown in tropics and subtropics in countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Israel, and India. And as far as its nutritional stand-up point of view, it is rich in vitamin C, and it is good source of dietary fibers, betalains, polyphenols, flavonoids, and some unsaturated fatty acids also. So health benefits, they are because of the antioxidant contents of this fruit. It is anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, antimicrobial properties are also there, and it is also anti-cancerous. And this is an good alternative for sustainable agriculture under climatic change, and for diversification of this agriculture. So, keeping in view its importance, in India it was introduced in the 1990s, and now very less area is under dragon fruit cultivation. Around 3,000 hectare area it is under dragon fruit. So this crop, it has originated. Origin and distribution of this crop. This crop originated in southern Mexico, Central America, and South America. And from there, this one species, the Hyloceros undatus, it was introduced to Southeast Asia in the 16th century by Spanish people. And this introduction, this particular species, this has played a pivotal role in dragon fruit cultivation in the Southeast Asia region, in the countries like Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam. In 1984, the Israeli, they introduced some accessions from America, and they have evolved many agronomical and physiological trials and for increasing the yield and fruit quality of the dragon fruit. The French, they introduced dragon fruit in the 19th century in Vietnam. And this Vietnam, it has emerged as the leading producer of dragon fruit. Vietnam and China together, they contribute to almost 90% of the world dragon fruit production. And Vietnam was the first country to sell this dragon fruit by the name of dragon pearl fruit in the international market. Now the Vietnamese clones, they dominate the world dragon fruit market. However, the taste of these clones, which is one of the major obstacle in promotion of these Vietnamese clones, because the taste is quite bland, that it is not that, the taste is not that good. And in India, as I told you, it was introduced in 1990, and the undatus species is the most cosmopolitan species, followed by Hyloceros polyrhizis. As far as area and production is concerned, again, Vietnam, as I told you, it is the leading country in production of dragon fruit. Around 55,000 hectare area is under dragon fruit cultivation, and 1 million metric tons of fruit is produced every year. And the productivity is quite high. It is around 22 to 35 metric tons per hectare. And China ranks second with 40,000 hectares. And the productivity in China is around 17.5 metric tons per hectare. Then Indonesia comes next with area of 8,500 hectares and produces around 2 million metric tons of fruits. India, it contributes around 4,200 metric tons of fruits with a very low productivity of 8 to 10.5 metric tons per hectare. So under Indian conditions, we have a greater scope for evolving new agronomical practices, be it the training system, be it the management practices, so that the productivity level can be increased to the global level. Now, taxonomy and varietal diversity of dragon fruit. As you know, its scientific name is Hyloceros species, and it was previously known as Selenocereus genera, and it belongs to family Cactaceae. Around 120 to 200 genera are there in this family, and around 1500 to 2000 species are there. But Hyloceros is the only genera that is producing the edible fruits. It is a climbing vine-like, and it has stems, segmented triangular stems, and produces large nocturnal flowers. The flowering in this fruit is during night. The anthesis, it starts at around 8 in the evening, and if the temperature day temperature remains low, it can go up to 12 a.m. in the next morning. Now, this Britton and Rose in 1963, they identified some 5 primary species, which are the most common species being cultivated. These are Hyloceros purpusi. This bears large red fruits. Then Hyloceros polyrises. This produces smooth textured scarlet fruits. Then Hyloceros costarensis. It has vigorous vines and red purple fruits. Then Hyloceros undatus. It is known for its sweet white fleshed fruits. And fifth one is Hyloceros trigonus. It has slender stems and mild flavored fruits. The most widely cultivated and commercially significant species are Hyloceros undatus, Monocanthus, and Costarensis and Megalanthus. Megalanthus, it is a yellow dragon fruit. The yellow colored one is Megalanthus. Now, here I will be discussing some of the main species of dragon fruit. That is some red skin with white flesh, red skin with red flesh, red skin with purple flesh, and yellow skin with white flesh. The Hyloceros undatus. This is the most widely cultivated species in India, and the fruit, it measures around 15 to 22 centimeter in length and weighs around 300 to 800 gram. And it has rosy red peel with white flesh. And its flowers, they are large, very long, up to 29 centimeter. As you see here, the outer perianth, its segments are green or yellowish green, and inner one, they are the pure white. And the stamens are short, so pin type of the flowers are there. So they are self-incompatible. So they require cross-pollination for fruiting. The flesh is white, and the skin, that is the pink color, and it has tiny black seeds, and texture is it has mild flavor. Few cultivars will in this are with yellow skin also, like Golden of Israel and Golden Isis. Then next comes Hyloceros polyrises. This has long flowers, 25 to 30 centimeters, and outer reddish perianth, and at the tip, they are short and yellowish stigma lobes are there. The fruit is oval shaped, large in size, around 10 to 12 centimeter, and weighs up to 800 gram also. The range is 300 to 600 gram. The The flesh is sweet and its color is intense red or purple flesh with pink skin. It has many small seeds and they are rich in fatty acids. Some of the cultivars belonging to this species are Tisero, Boreal Red, Royal Red, Chinesa, and Taiwan Red. Then next variety is Hyloceros costarensis. The they are nearly same size, but but are slightly different in colors in their peel and flesh, and sometimes purple red inside. The this has the vigorous vines, and it is stoutest of all the species of this genus. And the flowers, they are almost similar to Pylorhizus, but the stems are waxy white. As you can see here, the stems, they have whitish wax on their outer surface. The fruit is the weight of the fruits, it is around 250 to 600 gram, and it is 10 to 15 centimeter in diameter, and it is covered with scales, large scales. The fruit has red purple flesh and pink skin with many small black seeds and pleasant flesh texture and good taste. The varieties are Costa Rica, Roxardo, Para. Next variety, it is Hyloceros megalanthus. The fruit, it is a tetraploid. Rest of the species, they are diploids, 2n is equal to 24, but in this, they are tetraploids and they are self-fertile. They are also known as yellow pitaya, and they are more salt tolerant as compared to other species of this genus, but they are sensitive to cold. And the fruits are medium sized, weighing around 250 gram and oblong in shape. The peel is yellow and it has spines on the surface. Other species, the fruit of other species, they are glabrous and they have large bracts. But in this case, the bracts are not there, but the fruits, they have spines and with tubercles on the surface. The pulp is white and small edible seeds are there. Cultivars are Pelora and Colombian yellow. This fifth one, the species is Hyloceros trigonus. The stems are slender and green with margin divide of thorns. And the areoles are located on the top of the ribs, undulations like here. The areoles are there. The spines, they are greenish first and later they turn dark brown. The fruits are oblong or ovoid and becoming nearly smooth. You can see the bracts are not there on the surface of the fruits. They are almost smooth, and they bear small fruits, 7 to 9 centimeter diameter, weighing around 120 to 250 gram. The flesh is white and the texture is pleasant with very mild flavor. Now here we have the comparison of yellow pitaya clones with that of red ones. Now the yellow, they have spines on their fruits, whereas red, there are no spines. Then tiny, they are yellow pitayas, they have small fruits. And the red pitayas, they have big fruits and with scales on the surface. The vegetative growth, it is weak in case of yellow pitayas, and in red, they are vigorously vegetative growth is there. And then the root system of yellow pitayas is very weak root system. So they need proper care as far as irrigation and nutrition is concerned. The red pitayas, they have well-developed root system. Then yellow, they are more sensitive to low temperature. That is, they are more suited to for cultivation in tropical type of climate. And this red ones, they are relatively resistant to the low temperature. So in subtropicals, mostly red pitayas are cultivated. Yellows, they have better taste, whereas the red ones, the taste is from bland to good. The shelf life, yellow pitaya have better shelf life, and these red ones, they have short shelf life. The fruit development time for yellow, it is more, whereas the red ones, they mature early, around they take around 32 days from anthesis to maturity. And flowering in yellows, it is in autumn, because they are mostly cultivated in the tropical type of climate, whereas red pitayas, they have flowering during summers, mostly coinciding around, starts from end of May and continues till July. Then the yellow, they are tetraploid, as I told you. Rest of them, they are diploids, and they are not self-compatible, the red pitayas. The fruit size is small in case of yellow, and it is large in case of red. The seeds, they are bigger in size in yellow pitayas, and the number is less. Whereas in red pitayas, seed number is more with small size seeds, as in case of kiwi fruit. And the stomata, the yellow ones, they have big stomata, and the red ones, they have small sunken stomata. The seeds of the red pitaya clones, they are mostly viable, and this yellow pitaya clones, they have aborted seeds. Then they require, this yellow pitaya, they require 60% shade if we are cultivated them under subtropical conditions, whereas the red pitaya clones, they require 30% this shade for good quality, for production of good quality fruits. Now here is the comparison of three main dragon fruit species, that is Undatus, Costarensis, Megalanthus. The fruit appearance, Undatus, they have pink or red skin with white flesh. The Costarensis, they have red skin with red flesh, and Megalanthus, they have yellow skin with white flesh. Flavor, it is mild, slightly sweet in case of Undatus, whereas Costarensis, they have rich sweet flavor, and Megalanthus, they are very sweet and aromatic also. The climate, mostly Undatus tropical and subtropical type of climate with warm and humid temperature, warm temperature with good humidity. And Costarensis, it requires warm and humid climate. Then this Megalanthus, it requires warmer regions with low humidity. The temperature range is, for Undatus, it is 18 to 35 degrees Celsius. For Costarensis, it is 20 to 38 degrees Celsius. And for Megalanthus, it is around 21 to 32 degrees Celsius. Soils, mostly they require well-drained soils, because they are prone to rotting under waterlogged conditions. Undatus require well-drained sandy loam soils. The Costarensis, it requires more fertile soils, high in organic matter content. And this Megalanthus, it requires sandy soils, which is slightly acidic, around 5.5 to 6.5 pH. Water requirement, it is moderate in case of Undatus, and moderate to high in case of Costarensis, and low to moderate in Megalanthus. The pollination, mostly the Undatus and the Costarensis, they are cross-pollinated, and Megalanthus, for producing good quality fruit, though they are self-compatible, but require hand pollination for good fruit production. This is the status of the varieties grown in China. The red peel with red pulp, Guan Hong Hong, and red peel with white pulp is Guan Hua Bai. And Guan Hong Hong Feng, it is red peel with pink pulp. These are the three main varieties of China. In Israel, they are cultivating golden pitayas. And this is a yellow clone of Hyloceros undatus. Undatus, it is the pink colored this yeah, dragon fruit with white flesh, but some golden pitayas or clones have been evolved in Israel. Then Pitaya amarilla, it is a yellow clone of Hyloceros costarensis developed at Israel. In the United States, they are growing many varieties and which are enlisted here like American Beauty, Armando, Ben Hua Red, Ben Hua White, Bloody Mary, Zebra, Colombiana, so on so forth. These are some of the varieties that have been developed at Central Horticulture Experimental Station at Chetli in Karnataka under IHR. This CHES-D1, it is selected from the open pollinated progeny of Hirio red cultivar. The individual fruit, it weighs up to 500 gram and with a very good pulp weight of 404 gram and TSS of around 14.5 degree Brixis. It is photo insensitive and average on an average we get 40 kg fruit per pole. Mind you that there are 4 plants per pole in this dragon fruit that we'll be discussing later on while discussing the planting and the training system. Then this variety CHES D2. It is a selection from open pollinated population of Vietnam red, and it has oval fruits with red pulp. And individual fruit, it weighs around 442 gram and pulp weight of 353 gram with a TSS of 15 degree Brix. And average yield, it is low yielding this selection with 19 kg per pole. CHES D3, this is a selection from open pollinated variety of Vietnam pink cultivar. The fruits are round with pink pulp and the bracts, they are medium dense bracts on the surface. Average individual fruit weighs around 422 gram and yield per pole is 22 kg. Then CHES D4, it has been developed by treatment of the cultivar Hire Helly Red with 2.5% EMS, and this fruit, it has less to medium number of bracts with smooth surface and round shape. The pulp is pale colored with pink blush and average fruit weight is 379 gram with a pulp weight of 260 and TSS of 14.8 degree Brix. Another one mutant CHES DE. It is mutant from CHES D1 and it is superior to the parent. That is, it is this CHES D1, it yields around 39 kg per pole, whereas it has better yield and better fruit size as compared to this CHES DE. It has better fruit size and the fruit yield. Now, climatic and soil requirement for cultivation of dragon fruit. As I told you, it is a tropical or subtropical habitat fruit with the optimum temperature requirement is 21 degree to 29 degrees Celsius temperature, but can tolerate temperature up to 40 degrees Celsius and brief frost periods also. But the prolonged frost or prolonged high temperature, it results in the sunburn or sometimes the flower drop is also observed when the summer temperatures they go very high. Then seasonal total annual rainfall requirement is around 600 to 1300 mm per annum, and temperature above 40 degrees Celsius. There is yellowing of stems, reduction of flowers, and fruit production. Sandy loam to loam soils with a slightly acidic pH, they are ideal for cultivation of pitaya. The organic matter addition enhances the fertility and water storage, and also it overcomes the problem of waterlogging, root rot in this dragon fruit. The propagation. It is primarily propagated through vegetative means, that is through stem cuttings measuring approximately 30 to 50 centimeter in length. After the fruiting season, the cuttings, they are taken from the elite mother plants, that is the good fruit bearing mother plants, they are selected for taking cuttings, and the cuttings, they should be taken 1 to 2 days prior to planting, so that the latex, that is, it oozes out and dries out. Thereafter, the cuttings, they are planted in poly bags, which are filled with soil, FIM, and sand mixture in the ratio of 1:1:1. And the bags, they are kept at a shady place for rooting. Then for prevention of rotting, we should avoid excess moisture. That irrigation should be given so as to keep the soil moist, but not over moist condition should be avoided. The cuttings, they become ready for planting after 5 to 6 months of planting of cuttings. The planting system. Now, this is very important in this pitaya because it is a climber and needs support. It is epiphytic and it develops the root system as it climbs along some support. So mostly the cemented structures, they are being used, and here this is the rectangular pole that is that has a circular. Here, in this picture, they have shown the tire, the circular tire, but we are using the concrete circular structures which have the openings at the upper end for the secondary branches that develop from the main stem. This concrete poles, they should they inside they are having the rods, the iron rods, they are 8 to 10 mm size, and the size of this length of this pole, it is around 7 feet, and with a diameter of 4 to 6 inches, and mostly the 7 feet structure, it is outside, and base almost 1 feet of the base, it is inside the ground with concrete base, that is so that it gets enough strength to bear the weight of the plant when it bears, and because it produces many laterals later on, and the weight it goes more than a quintal per the plant. So to bear that weight, the supporting structure should be strong enough. So the circular top frame, the plant is trained as a single stem till it reaches the circular top, where the primary branches, 3 to 4 primary branches, they are allowed to grow, and from them we take the secondary branches, and in all per plant we take 30 to 50 the cladodes for which bear fruits later on. In single post planting, this is the post plant. Sorry. In a single post planting, at a spacing of 3 by 3 meter or 2.5 by 2.5 meter, they are recommended, and almost 4,444 plants are accommodated at a spacing of 3 by 3 meter, because we are planting 4 plants per pole. And at a spacing of 2.5 by 2.5 meter, we are accommodating around 6,400 plants per hectare. And then addition of dolomite and organic fertilizer at planting, it is beneficial for it, for dragon fruit. And in about 8 months after planting, it develops very dense mass of vines on the top of trellis, which which starts drooping to the ground. No, shade management in tropical conditions, it's okay to cultivate under open conditions, but the plant, it needs protection from intense solar radiation from solar radiation and from freezing temperature when we are cultivating them under subtropical conditions. This species, Hylocereus monocanthus, it grows better in 30% shade, while Hylocereus megalanthus, it is performed better if grown under 60% shade. And if the water supply is not proper, it may lead to sunburn injuries if not covered, and the flower drop is also there. Here are the symptoms of this exposure to the dragon fruit plants which are exposed to high sun radiations. Now, for better performance, proper nutrition requirement is there, and as the root system of dragon fruit, it is superficial, and the assimilation of smallest quantity of nutrients is rapid, and we have to split the doses into 4 split doses, so that the nutrients, they are not leached out, because the feeding zone of this dragon fruit plant, it is very limited and shallow. So we go for 4 split doses, that is NPK 10-30% of the total before flowering, then 20-40 and 25 at fruit set, 30-20 and 30% at harvest, and finally 40-30 and 15% of the total 2 months after harvest, so that the vine, it is able to regain its capacity to flower in the next season. Then combination of organic manures with neem cake and 100 gram complete fertilizer, that is 19-19-19 NPK, is applied every 3 to 4 months in case of this dragon fruits. This is the manure, this fertilizer schedule for different species, for Undatus, Costarensis, and Megalanthus. As I told you, the Megalanthus, it prefers slightly acidic pH, and organic matter requirement, it should be, it is high, more than 2% of organic matter of the basin of the plant should be there. Then nitrogen is 300 to 500 gram per plant per year in case of white flesh dragon fruit, 150 to 400 gram per plant per year in red fleshed, and 150 to 300 gram per plant per year in this yellow dragon fruit. And then potassium requirement is also high. It requires calcium to the extent of 1000 to 2000 ppm in case of all these species of dragon fruits. And then fertilization frequency, that is every 2 to 3 months we have to apply the doses for better response in dragon fruit. Then we use compost, chicken manure also, FYM also, green manures, also for increasing the carbon content of the dragon fruit rhizosphere. Now, the training system, it is the most important aspect of dragon fruit cultivation. Mock top system or the ring trellis. This is the most widely used system. Here we have concrete pole that has circular top at the upper end. From circular, it has 3 to 4 openings, and from these openings, these laterals they come up. Now these suppose up to the circular spot, we are training this vine as a single stem. That is 4 stems they per pole are trained up to the ring. Then they are allowed to put forth 3 to 4 primary branches. From the primary, we encourage the secondary branches, and it comes the canopy. It comes like a umbrella as shown here. Then there is another intensive system of training, that is 2-tier T-bar trellis system. And there are the upper T-bar, it has small, they are small, and the lower T-bar, they are bit wider, so that the lower portion of the trellis, it is also better exposed to the sunlight. So we have 2-tier system, that is we encourage branching at a height of around 1.25 meters. Then after 1 meter, we encourage the next system. This is the same as in case of apple, we have trellis system. In this system also, in this crop also, we are taking the T-bar trellis system we are using, where under high density planting or intensive system of cultivation of dragon fruit. Then Tatura trellis, this system, it was actually developed for peach cultivation in New Zealand, and this in Australia, and this Tatura trellis, they are also being used in case of dragon fruit. That is, we have Y-shaped support system, and then the wires, they are tied along, and these vines, they are trained along these wires to form the canopy. Then in Geneva double curtain trellis system, it is similar to trellis system, but we have the double trellis, the 2 layers of the trellis. So two lines of the dragon fruits, they are trained on the one trellis. Then Israeli wall system. This is they are trained on the wires as a wall. It appears as the canopy, it develops as if trained on a wall. Then continuous pyramid system. Here the pyramidal shape structures are there, and the vines, they are trained along these supports, and ultimately they giving it the pyramidal shape. The advantage is that lower portion is also exposed better to the sunlight, and the top, it is top of the canopy, it is narrowed down, and the lower part of the canopy, it is bit broader, so that better exposure all along the developing vine is there. So these are some of the training systems. Then pruning, it is very important in case of dragon fruit. The pruning, it is there are 2 types of pruning, that is sanitary pruning. Sanitary pruning means we have to remove some of the diseased or the drying branches or the cladodes which are exposed, which are have some spots or some disease on them. We remove those. Then the vine, it is trained as a single stem till it reaches the top of the stand. Then the branches are allowed to grow. after it reaches the top of the stand, we go for tipping. That is removal. We remove the top of the branch and it encourages new shoots. So later branches, they come out of those ring structures and form the umbrella-like structure of the vine, and where the flowers they are produced. This is referred to as structural pruning, or making the structure on the trellis. In young plants, the pruning should be done during January, February, May, June, October, November to remove the stems, because we are training the young plant. As the plant grows up, it goes up, it put forth some little branches. We have to remove them so as to keep them single stemmed. So we have to go for pruning regularly in January, February, also May, June, October, November, till it reaches the top of the supporting structure. Then in flowering plants, the pruning should be done by removing the mature stem, leaving 20 centimeter of the stub. And it should be done, it can be done in October, November, when the fruiting season is over. Or if we can go up to November, December also under Indian conditions. This is mainly done so as to encourage, replace the old branches which have lost the bearing capacity with the new branches. So we remove the older branches. What happens? It puts forth many branches. After 3-4 years, around we have 130 to 150 branches on, per canopy. So the canopy, it becomes crowded, and shading of the other canopy is there, which results in poor quality fruits. So to have good quality fruits, we should maintain 30 to 50 branches per pole, so that the fruit we have better sized fruits. And periodically we have after 3 to 4 years we have to remove the older branches so that the new cladodes they are encouraged. So only 30 to 50 cladodes are retained, having 1 to 2 secondary branches after harvest. That is, on 1 to 2 branches they are retained on these 30 to 50 cladodes which we retain. Now, when to prune, it should be done after the last harvest. Then the clean main stem. This is the initial pruning, that the branches which are growing along the main stem, they are removed, and also known as sanitary pruning, essential for first 5 years. Then remove old growth. As I told you that we have to remove the older branches from the underneath. Underneath means inside the canopy. The older branches, they are inside the canopy. They should be removed because they have lost their bearing capacity, or the fruits which they will be bearing, it will not be that quality, or will be of smaller size. So for having better size fruits, we go for pruning. Then cut branches back to the original stem, so as to encourage new branches which have the new areoles for bearing the fruits. Because the fruits, they are born on the tip of the cladodes, they are called the areoles. Then later pruning is needed to maintain fruit production and size. Irrigation. Now this dragon fruit is having shallow root system, and depth is not more than 40 centimeter. That's why we should provide assured sufficient water during the dry season. So before the irrigation during the dry period before flowering, that is in May, June, it is very essential. And it is recommended that flooding is not recommended we should go for understory sprinkler irrigation or the drip irrigation. And approximately 1 to 2 liters of water per day per plant is sufficient during summers. And water requirement, it is governed by the soil type, the climate, and the health of the and the vigor of the plant. Now flowering it commences almost 14 months after planting, and there are 7 major flowering cycles in India, and it may extend up to first week of December. In subtropical conditions of North India, we observe flowering from May to August in case of dragon fruit. The flowers, they come out from